Hi, this is JT Thomas, and you are watching Positive Feedback Loop, where we have great conversations with interesting people. Today, I am joined by Drew Rapert, one of the oldest friends that I have had. I think we go back to, was it fourth grade, technically?
Ooh, put me on the spot. National Cart Cougars is what I remember.
You substituted for the team, played one game.
Mm-hmm. Stellar game.
I believe so. I think you went 4 for 4 with 6 doubles?
At least, yeah.
All right. And then we reconnected again in middle school. That was kind of where I would say our friendship became more consistent. Going to Hollenbeck, skateboarding, living right down the street. So it was a lot of long hair, short skateboards, and trips to McDonald's.
Frequent flyers.
I think so. They never got our name though, and I don't think I have my punch card, but I think we're better off because of it.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I would say that as we grew up, so did our friendship. We transitioned from, as everyone did, those kind of like I wouldn't say childish, but those kind of childhood games and concerns and a little bit more of a carefree attitude to developing more responsibilities, and we really grew up together, which is something that I can't say for a lot of people, a lot of my friends, but you were there every step of the way while I was on dialysis. I think you did even one of the few people who visited while I was in that chair, so that meant a lot. And as you continued your school and education at Mizzou, you were always had a couch to crash on and a beer to drink. So that was something I always look forward to, maintaining that friendship throughout these years. And we're holding each other accountable, doing fitness challenges, and I would credit you to being someone who has really taught me, explained things, helped dial in my nutrition, and even when we're 100 miles apart, still being able to send videos back and forth, which has been very helpful to me to maintain a friendship. It's not easy when you're living that far apart and both have busy schedules. But one thing that truly impressed me the most is whenever you told me that you were pursuing a career in chiropractic, which I guess wearing the scrubs now, so it's proof. I don't know if you can buy chiropractor scrubs at the...
You can get them embroidered.
You can get them embroidered? Okay. And I don't know if I've ever really asked, was there a specific moment in your educational process or life experience that made you choose this direction?
I personal trained for a couple of years, and I think that my biggest limitation that I experienced was when someone came to me with some type of injury or complaint. With my, I guess, lack of knowledge in biomechanics at the time, I really felt handcuffed, and I really wanted to help these people. I wanted to change their function and get them to where they wanted to be. But I had an area of my education that was lacking, and did a bunch of shadowing, a bunch of seminars that were taught by chiropractors, and just some of the stuff that they were able to do was pretty miraculous. And I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be that guy that people turn to when they need something. And I think I've found the right profession because there are days when I come home and I'm pretty drained from trying to work with people all day. You know how people can be, but
Yes.
for the most part, I get a lot of I get a lot out of working with people, and to me the most rewarding thing is when they come in for the next appointment and they say that they're improving or getting better, or that their issue is totally resolved, and now they have the education that we've been teaching, that they know how to essentially fix themselves. And to me that's everything. If you can educate people on how to be aware of their body, then that's just one less thing that they have to worry about through their day. So it's been pretty rewarding so far. So
I can imagine. So you went back to school after graduating from Mizzou. How long of a break was that between those high schooling?
Yeah, I personal trained. I actually started in college, but I personal trained for probably 3 years after undergrad. And I had to make a decision. It was either keep this crazy personal training schedule, doing 5 a.m. sessions all the way up until 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 6-7 days a week. It was rewarding, but I found out that my limits are how much I can make myself available. And if I wanted a family and kids, then I knew that lifestyle wasn't gonna be able to be maintained for that long. So I wanted to find something that was similar, that I could continue to work and educate people, but provide some sort of consistency with the schedule. And that was what got me into it. But now, knowing what I know now, I think it's one of the greatest professions there is. Can't see myself doing anything else. I really can't. So,
yeah, that's something that you don't really hear too often. Whenever people graduate from college and they don't have an immediate, like a master's or additional schooling set up, that's, people either go right into a career, or they don't continue learning. So the fact that you said, hey, I need to make this decision, and you're also thinking long term as well, it's a multifaceted decision you had to make. That's just even more impressive to me. It took me about 9 years just to get an undergrad degree.
Yeah, different circumstances.
Different circumstances, but I don't know if I could go back to school and continue that. And I know with my field of work, there are some opportunities that I'm limited by because I don't have a nursing degree, or if I can't get a promotion. So it almost seems like I'm a little bit ceilinged out per se. So it's one of those things where, I commend, you and anybody who can make that choice. But what, if anything, is next for you? I know that you currently work with the Life Clinic there, at the chiropractor. That's at the Lifetime Fitness. Oh my gosh, I was blanking.
Similar names.
Yes. At Lifetime Fitness, do you have plans for opening up an independent office, practice? And if so, how can I help you with that process? How can I support you? Or is that kind of on the table? I should ask first.
Yeah. So obviously, Lifetime Fitness, I don't think is a lifetime career for me.
That was good.
I do have aspirations of running my own practice, my own clinic. When that will be is still up in the air. I didn't know that I was going to be able to get the position that I have now until about 3 months before I got it. So, I like to keep an open mind and let the universe kind of toss things on my plate. I have an idea of where I want to go, of what I want to do, but I'm working with Lifetime for the next year indefinitely. Working at building a patient list and gaining the not only patient experience but like the business experience that I feel like was lacking in school. So figuring out how to run a successful practice and everything that encompasses that is on my plate for the next year, and just diving into the whole thing, and trial by fire, I think they call it. But yeah, I honestly didn't think I was going to make it through chiropractic school. I had doubts going into it, if I was smart enough or if I didn't have enough drive. But you know, man, it's kind of like they say, if you want something to happen, you'll make it happen. So I think that goes with any facet of life. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna make it happen. So where there's a will, there's a way. Tons of puns and cliches during this. So
yeah, no, a huge fan. I mean, I think what you're saying is you just got to get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, brass tacks.
That is.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. I think that can fully encompass, you know, what it takes, and that's incredible. And I
appreciate that.
You know, I continue to be grateful to have a friend like you in my life that not only holds me accountable, but checks in, is able to, you know, fit me in their schedule. So that's always appreciated. You know, I live with my mom for the time being, and I know that's your current situation. So, you know, anytime that we're able to get together, it's always enjoyed, and the meetings of the mind always take place. So for that, thank you. I love you, pal.
Well, and if I could interrupt and
by all means
express some gratitude that I have towards you.
Well, whose show is this? But continue.
Well, there's the positive feedback loop. Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, man. We can just jump to when the very first time that you told me that you were in the hospital and you had kidney failure. You know, being in the situation yourself, I could never begin to imagine what that feels like. But seeing what you've done with your life since that has been one of my motivating factors. I know that there are millions of people out there that would have just shut down going through a scenario like that. I don't know how I would have reacted going through a scenario like that. I don't know if I want to know how I would react, but everything that you've done, how you've been able to spin it into this like positive feedback loop, is just, it's incredible. I am ecstatic that like I said, you've done this with your life so far, and I'm excited to see what comes, you know, what happens next. I consider you one of my best friends, and I hope that relationship continues into the future. I do think, you know, we've talked about this all the time, but you make me not soft. Like when I think of the things that you do, like you wake up early in the morning, you exercise, you get your stuff done, and like, you know, you motivate me to be better. So I appreciate that, and I thank you for being my friend.
Wow. Well, it's very nice of you to say, and I appreciate that.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
Some
clinky.
Cheers to that. We'll end it on one of these.